Today, I'm going to be showing you the daily routine that's helped me make over $800,000 selling my beats and helped me get nominated for 2 Grammys. I've been following the same routine for years and I'm 100% positive it's been responsible for most of my success. So I want to share it with you to give you some insight into what a typical day looks like for me doing music full time. And hopefully I can show you some new things to add to your routine and help keep you on track to hit your goals. So I start my days by waking up at 5:30 in the morning. And when my alarm goes off, I hate it. But one thing I found that helps me is once my alarm goes off, I count down for 3 seconds and get up immediately, even though I want to hit that snooze button. But the act of getting up anyways helps me stay committed to doing the things I said I was going to do, regardless of how I feel. Once I'm up, I don't waste any time and I immediately get ready to work. For me, working right when I get up is the best thing I can do for my day. When I start working right away, I automatically turn my brain into work mode and start my day off strong. And doing that gives me momentum to build on for the rest of the day. So once I'm out of bed, I grab the breakfast that my girlfriend made for me the day before and drive over to the coffee shop to do some work. For me personally, working at a coffee shop really helps me stay productive. When I stay at home in the mornings, it's a lot easier to chill and mindlessly scroll through social media, but the act of going somewhere specifically to do work really helps me to stay focused because I almost feel guilty if I'm not working while I'm there. So once I'm at the coffee shop, I put my phone on work mode so I'm not getting any notifications and can stay fully focused. And then from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., I work on my most important tasks for the day. Typically, I like to make 3 to 4 finished loops during this time because even if the whole rest of the day goes to shit, I've at least made a good amount of music. But depending on the day, this could also be sending emails, working on the business, networking, or whatever pops up. Later in this video, I'll go over how I decide what's the most important thing for me to do that day, but there's a couple reasons I do my most important tasks right away in the morning. I found that my energy is the highest in the morning, so it makes sense for me to put the most amount of energy into the highest priority task for that day. Also, since it's early, most people aren't awake, so nobody's messaging or calling me, and it's a lot easier to focus without having those distractions. After around 4 hours of focused work on my most important stuff, I start to feel a little burnt out. So I head to the gym from 10:30 to 11:30, but if we're being honest, I end up leaving early a lot of the time. By taking this break to work out, I'm using physical energy instead of mental energy. This gives my mind a break and helps me get my energy back so I can continue to work for the rest of the day. So after I've worked out, I head home, eat the lunch my girlfriend made for me, shower, and get ready from around 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. There's not really anything interesting about this part. I just try to do it as fast as I can so I can get right back to work. Then from around 1 to 5 p.m., I'm fully locked in working again. I put my phone on the charger on a different side of the room and turn back on Do Not Disturb so I'm not continuously getting tempted by these notifications. During this time, I work with a lot of my equipment for music or YouTube videos or whatever I need to use my studio for that day. When I'm making music, I work with my synths, pianos, guitars, and other instruments. And my main goal is to make a bunch of cool ideas but not worry too much about finishing everything. I just try to make as many good ideas as I can. And when I'm working on YouTube videos, I spend that whole 4 hours fully focused on one video, organizing footage or getting stuff ready for my amazing editor, Keanu. But typically around 3 p.m. I start to get a little burnt out again, so I'll go on a super quick 10-minute walk just to reset my mind and get my mind ready to do more work. Before I get into the last and maybe most important part of my day, I made a completely free PDF with some example daily routines for you guys to try out and hopefully help you along your path to success. The link for that is in the description. All that I ask for in return is that you hit that subscribe button so I can keep making videos like this. So after I finish my afternoon work, from around 5 to 6 p.m. I eat some dinner and spend some time with my girlfriend. But after that, I'm back to work from around 6 p.m. to 10 or even 11 p.m. And typically at night, I'm working on all the things I didn't get done during the day. So if my goal for the day was 6 finished loops and I have 3 finished loops and 3 unfinished ideas, I'll work on those 3 unfinished ideas at this time. I also work on writing YouTube scripts, organizing all my files from the day, and overall just wrapping up the day of work. Then at around 10 p.m. I do something that automatically sets me up for success the next day and is honestly the backbone of my entire routine, planning out my day. I talked about this in one of my previous videos, but I really want to stress how important this is for me. The reason I plan out my day the night before instead of the morning of is because when I plan the day before, I'm making decisions based off logic when I'm looking at my weekly goals. Not to mention, since I plan my days, I never wake up and go, what should I do today? I don't have to spend any mental energy thinking about what I have to do because I've already decided it the day before. And that allows me to just fully focus on the work that's ahead of me. So in the past, I would typically just think in my head about what I had to do and write it down in my journal for the next day of work. But as my business has grown, I have a lot more things to keep track of. So now I use this super fire app called Notion to organize my life. Every night before I go to bed, I look at my calendar on Notion that already has an overview of what I should be doing every day of the week. It also tells me about phone calls I probably forgot about and other appointments I might have. This helps me have more clarity on how much time I really have to do each thing that I want to do. One thing I used to do when I struggled to consistently get done everything on my to-do list is motivate myself with punishments instead of rewards. So for me, this might sound dumb, but I used to make myself run a mile every morning at 5 in the morning if I didn't get all my work done the day before. So the punishment was actually helping me and productive on its own, but I absolutely hate running. Like, fucking hate it. So it was enough to motivate me to get all my stuff done because I didn't feel like going out in the morning in the freezing cold and running for a mile. So this routine is what I strive for every day, but obviously life happens and there's days where I don't get that full 12 hours of work in. But if you want to learn the habits I practice to stay on top of everything, click this video right here.